y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, here comes the. You ain't built for a skirt as a nigga can be. It's what sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming for ya. It's what sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I come for ya. It's what sound like. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
What is going on, everybody? I have to sneeze. Oh no. Wait. You know when you have to like talk and then you're like, I think it's good now. All right. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday out there. It is your favorite Sunday morning activity. The Griddy-Iron is here. We got the gang all together. We're missing a couple of gang members today, but you got the three of us, which is totally fine. My name is Sweatpants Jesus.
I'm Shaggy Bets.
Vsauce reporting for duty.
Oh my God! Look at this man. Vsauce is not muted, and Vsauce is bucketed up.
Yeah,
so we love to see.
Absolutely.
This is your Griddy-Iron gang talking all about the NFL Sunday Week 3 slate. This is brought to you by Betting News. You guys know the deal. Go to bettingnews.com. You can read all of Vsauce's favorite props today that he's going to talk about. You can read Shaggy's scribbles on Sunday Night Football. You can read my scribbles for anytime touchdown scores or my favorite plays in the Titans game. Boys and girls, I have 7 units pending on the Tennessee Titans today. Not on the Titans, but in that game. In that game. No, I'm not a crazy person. But we're going to talk about all of our favorite plays, but go check out bettingnews.com for a little bit of everything on the pitch, on the diamond, on the gridiron, anywhere and everywhere, on the racetrack, whatever you might need. Go check it out. We already got Goats in chat. What is going on, everybody? Yeah, thanks, just undo. Gerald, we got a Gerald bang. Love to see it. Let's Griddy. Paul, you know the deal. So today, as always, we will have you guys in chat come and hang out with us on the screen. If you have a play that you'd like to pitch, please feel free. We will drop the link. I'm going to go ahead and just drop it now. Anybody in the chat that wants to come and hang out with us, please feel free to do so. But additionally, today, after you pitch your play, give us your best Griddy. Do your best gritty, however you like to gritty, and whoever does the best gritty from anybody in the chat will win one of those beanies that's on Shaggy's head right now. One of those bad boys right there. You will win a indeed. Inzy's been surgical with the pitch. If you guys have not been tapping into that, check that out. Shout out Paul as well. The link has been dropped in chat. You guys can get involved right there. You can come on the screen with us, hang out, give us your favorite play. We want to know what you guys are on today, what you guys are seeing out there, and then drop the gritty so you can win a beanie. Gritty to beanie. Gritty equal beanie. That's how it works. It's that easy, baby. How are we, gents? How are we doing this morning?
Doing good. Successful college football day yesterday. We came away up in the green and looking to do the same thing today in the NFL.
Yeah, I'd say my college football was successful too, just because I stayed off of Colorado plus 23.5. So
oh my God, what a shit wager, dude.
What a shit wager. So glad I stayed off of that. And I'm locked in for football, man. Great slate today. I was texting SPJ about this. I was asking a lot of questions on this slate with matchups and different injuries and things like that. But I think we've got a fun slate in front of us, man. We got the total for the Vikings game at 54.5.
Man, that
fireworks.
That total was I looked at that total. It was one of the first things that popped out to me. And then everybody and their mother was talking about it. It moved here, there, and everywhere. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't press the button. We already have a caller. It's so fun. It's so fun saying caller. How do I wait? Let me fix this real fast. So we have
what's up, caller? Oh,
hello, caller. Just do some housekeeping while I'm figuring all of this out.
What's up, Taffy?
Taffy, what's up,
Taffy?
Dude? Taffy, we love when Taffy pops.
And then Chandler just woke up because I made him watch the island football with me.
Oh, that's okay. Could be worse, right?
It catched.
There are worse ways.
Rainbow Warriors money line.
To spend your Saturday.
Take me home. I'll be honest. I'm gonna give myself some flowers here. Tuesday, I saw the Hawaii game 11 o'clock on Saturday. On Tuesday, every DeGen is going to want to play for that game. We had to hop on it early. It was Hawaii money line. Always.
Always will be. Just so you guys know, if you guys are listening on Twitch, if you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening to this podcast version of this episode, we appreciate wherever you guys are tuning in from. Thanks so much for supporting us here at Betting News. And thanks so much for helping you guys make some money today for week 3 in the NFL. Shaggy was surgical as fuck yesterday for the College Mania. If you guys popped in, the whiteboard was on fire. So be sure to hang out with us on Saturdays. Acting like Mad Dog Russo in the living room. Bro, he must have been in so much piss yesterday after that second gummy hit, and he realized he put 10 racks on fucking Colorado plus 21.5. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
that martini in the hand, that second gummy really starting to hit in, and it's fucking 35-0 at halftime. Not good. Not good.
Dude.
All right, we got our first caller. Let's bring him up on the screen. What's up, Paulie? How we doing?
What's up, boys?
How we doing, Paul?
Not bad. Justin Jefferson scoring his first touchdown today.
Finally needs to, man. 3 games in. We've been waiting for it.
With the
all right.
chug as
Other
well.
than
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, thank you guys all for all that love, man. It was really cool. You guys texted me. I'm pretty sure the So Daddy account is dead. Mush definitely didn't help my cause any. His birthday text to my wife.
Oh, no.
But
Oh,
I
my
appreciate
God.
you guys, man. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Absolutely.
Hey, absolutely,
We appreciate
man.
you.
We're so glad you're the reason why we do it, man. So people like you, it's fantastic. We're glad you were able to come and hang out with us on the screen today. Do you like anything else besides Jefferson touchdown, or is that the
He likes his
meat on the
Bears to
table
get
play?
smacked today. That's what's up.
You know what? Suck it, Shaggy. If you're not sprinkling on a plus 500 with over 95% of the money and all the bets on the Chiefs, you're a fool. This is the type of game where Vegas builds a new casino because everybody is going to get rocked. I called it last year on a Friday, Bears over Patriots, and they were plus 300. Just throw a little sprinkle on it. Throw a little sprinkle. $5. What's that going to cost you? A coffee for one day to win you 5 coffees? I think it's worth it.
That's one of my favorite gambling advices. You know.
Yeah, why not?
$5
Why
on it.
not?
Why not?
As a
$5.
Lions fan, I am staying far away from this spread. I think the Bears backdoor this all game. It's gonna.
So do I. I agree with that,
Yep.
Shaggy.
Yep.
Yep.
But boys, I'm taking a little note out of SPJ's handbook. I'm doing some work, tearing up my deck.
Let's go.
Let's go. Manual labor is
So,
good for the soul, brother.
You know
Get
what?
out
I
there
love you
and-
guys. Oh, yes. Sorry. I love you guys. I'll see you later on. All right.
Love you
All right,
too,
brother.
Paul.
Thanks for stopping by, Paulie. Appreciate you. Oh,
Thank
wait, real
you.
quick before you leave. Wait. Before you leave,
Yeah.
okay, you got a Griddy for us?
Hell no. I'm too fat and old for that. I'll blow out an
He said hell no so quick.
All right, fair enough. That's fine. You got a tie-dye T-shirt coming your way anyway, brother. Appreciate you. Take it easy. Have a good day. Hope you cash.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks,
You too,
Paul.
brother. Take it easy. All right. We have our second caller already. It's fantastic. I love having callers. What's up, Hovey? How you doing, brother?
What up, goats?
This
we got
just
today?
before you get into the sell job, man. Just want to let you guys know this motherfucker came up last week. We were on Debo as well, cashed. Henry did not quite get the job done, but then you dropped the third surgical one, which was the most surgical of all of them, Christian Kirk, which was free as air, dude.
So
Free as air. So good stuff. What you got for us today?
Obviously self-explanatory. Jameer Gibbs over rushing and receiving, 83.5.
Okay.
Lions, obviously, we know that they wanted to ease him into the offense. You don't have that opportunity now with no David Montgomery there. This kid's got to get the rock, and he's got to get it often for them to move the ball, for them to win this game and put up points. It's at 83.5. I mean, again, he's a dual threat. I mean, first week, the Falcons gave up 70-plus yards to Miles Sanders, who, to me, I don't think is a great running back. Last week, A.J. Dillon didn't have that great of a game. He had 55 yards on the ground. But, again, Jordan Love has been tossing the rock around, trying to prove a point that he's a good quarterback. They really haven't relied on running the ball and making that a thing, as we've seen or hoped that they would do this year with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. I see Gibbs hitting that number. I'd be shocked. And he's probably getting in the end zone as well for his first career touchdown as well.
Like that.
That's one. I'm trying to think
Okay.
what Amari Cooper over 4.5 receptions.
I love that play, dude.
Yeah,
I'm on that too.
I mean, that's his guy. Deshaun Watson's going to have to throw the rock. Can't rely on Ford to run the ball so often as you can with Nick Chubb and even with Kareem Hunt. Yeah, he's been there, but they're going to not just, take the role right away. They're going to have to wait like a week or two to give Hunt that spot. And then this one is going to be the fun one.
Oh, the fun guy. Is this the over in the touch? Is this your guy of
This
the
is the
week?
Christian Kirk.
One
Christian
man,
Kirk.
one game.
Nah,
One man, one game.
Nah, that's Jerry Judy.
Oh, okay.
But,
Okay.
Judy today.
This is going to be
Who's-
Jimmy Graham to score a touchdown. So
Ooh.
last week I had Jimmy Graham. I went on Surgical Stream. Everyone looked at me. Everyone laughed at me. They were like, "Oh, what? Like, are we in 2013? Are we in 2012? Like Jimmy Graham? What are we doing?" Every single time the Saints got in the red zone last week, Jimmy Graham was
Target.
on that field.
Mm-hmm.
He was brought back to the Saints for that reason. To be
I mean,
there
the guys.
for the red zone. Derek Carr loves to throw to his tight ends, especially in the red zone.
Mhm.
Last week, his touchdown was plus 1,000. This week, no Jamal Williams. Obviously, still no Kamara. Sitting at plus 650. So it's gone.
I mean, the guy's still 7 feet tall. So, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's obviously doesn't have the same value that I had last week, but still, for a guy that's going to be in the game every single time they're in the red zone, and Derek Carr is going to be forced to run the ball because they're not going to rely on a TCU rookie running back to move the ball for them. I'll take a guy that's a big body target that the Saints don't have anywhere else, but with Jimmy Graham.
Who did the Saints play today? Is it the Packers?
Packers.
Yeah. I could see Derek Carr slinging the rock all over the place. Wow.
I talked about that. I didn't talk about that game a little bit, but I really, really like the Saints today. And I think like Jimmy Graham, I think they're going to get in the end zone. I feel like Love is due for some regression. He's due for some regression. He's got
Not
the best
some negative
QBR.
regression.
No.
Not some positive
I got
regression.
it.
Negative.
I got it, SBJ. I got it. No, I'm just kidding. But like, serious. Hey, also, I was watching this other podcast on YouTube today. It's another NFL one, and somebody else said positive regression. I swear
Did
to
they really?
God.
No,
Yes.
it's a term. It's a term that gets thrown around plenty, but
It's just incorrect.
exactly. It's
not a
just
thing.
progression.
But I really think that the Saints are going to make noise, man. They're 2-0. They're coming in as a 1-point dog. And this, I think, Green Bay team. Is Aaron Jones playing today?
Yeah.
Is he playing today?
He was questionable, but I think he is playing.
Questionable.
Yeah, I think they're
Matt,
gonna go.
maybe a little bit tougher, but I just don't think that I think this offense stalled. We saw them in the fourth quarter versus the Falcons, giving up 13 unanswered to Desmond
He's out.
Ridder. Oh, love it even more. You know,
There you go.
I think that the 1-point spread says it all. The Saints team has 1-2 gritty ass games. The defense is good. They gave up the fourth least amount of passing touchdowns last season, right? Jordan Love has been doing nothing but throwing passing touchdowns. I don't think he's even has a 200-yard game yet in the 2 weeks, but he's got 3 touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. All right. It's definitely due for some regression. I think Jimmy Graham, great target. Plus 650. Fuck yeah.
Yes, sir.
On that note-
There it is. The bucket has been popped. Bing bong. Jasundu is manifesting a celebration for Jimmy Graham to grab a touchdown, and then the announcers under the announcer saying that he played basketball. That's smacking for sure if he scores. All right, so we got Jahmyr Gibbs over rushing and receiving, Amari Cooper over 4.5 receptions, which I'm going to talk about too. Hubby, love that play, and Jimmy Graham get in the end zone. If you want to get spicy with Betalytics, you can play the first touchdown for plus 5,000.
Might have to.
Absolutely love it. You got a gritty for us before you leave to win a beanie?
I really don't want to.
Okay, that's okay. You came on the screen, man. We appreciate
Honestly,
you coming on no matter what,
man.
brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
No worries. All right, take it easy, man. Have a great day. Hope you cash.
Thanks,
Adios.
Billy.
Peace.
No one wants to
no.
win a beanie.
No Aaron Jones.
I think,
Christian Watson for the Packers.
Ooh.
Both of them.
Really?
Amon Ra's in. He's active. Cam Akers officially inactive. Cordero Patterson's inactive. So
I think Gerald was saying he wanted to come on and gritty for a second beanie.
Dude. You Jasundu, you got the link, brother. I'll drop it again in the chat. Yeah. I mean, all right, so it's all for fun and games, guys. And I mean, obviously it's because I messed up one day and called the show the Griddy-Iron Gang, but now it's a real thing. But if you want to win a beanie, somebody's winning a beanie today. So you gotta do something.
It's not gonna be me because I already won one.
You guys watched me terribly gritty last week, so gotta do something.
I told SPJ before stream I was never given a gritty. I never purchased a gritty. I don't own a gritty, so sorry guys.
V doesn't have it in his bag. So
I got grit, but I don't got no gritty.
Yeah. You do have grit. You are a gritty guy. Fair enough. Lift strong. Yeah, Betalytics.
Point.
I'm going against Betalytics this week in fantasy. Betalytics 2-0 sneaky, and I'm 1-1 in the betting news league. And I don't know. It's gonna be tough. They got a good squad. I'm a little bit concerned, but I was able to pick up Joshua Kelly off waivers, and Austin Eckler's out, so Kelly's actually is this lead back in this game. So that could be a winning move for me. We'll find out. Also, what's up, Taffy? What are you saying?
He's saying nonsense.
Yeah, as always, Kelly is not Eckler. We know, Betalytics. We know.
Is not Eckler.
All right, in the fantasy ilk, let's talk about a couple of start sits with you guys, and then we'll dive into some of our favorite plays that we have. We usually bring up callers later, but everyone was so ready to go.
I love it.
We love it indeed. Whenever you guys want to come on, you're welcome. All right, so first start sit. Quarterbacks. So I tried to pick a couple that were like right close together with decent matchups to kind of then we can decide which one you would start or which one you would sit. So Deshaun Watson, number 12 ranked quarterback this week. Or Dak Prescott, number 11th ranked quarterback this week. The Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cleveland Browns are taking on the Tennessee Titans in Cleveland today. So, gents, who you starting, who you sitting, Deshaun or Dak?
Personally, I'm taking Dak. He's going up against that Cardinals defense. I don't really care that they're in Arizona. I think Dak is kind of just going to shred them. As far as the Watson angle, he's got to face maybe a tougher secondary with the Titans, but he hasn't looked all that good this year. I know he's probably going to be throwing the ball more. He's going to be throwing the ball more with no Nick Chubb, with Jerome Ford kind of being that lead back. They will probably look to air it out and get him more involved, but I'll still take Prescott this week.
I just want to say this out loud because for the podcast listeners, Gerald said start Prescott, arrest Watson. That's the only appropriate answer I think in this situation.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Shaq. What you got, V?
I think I agree with both Shaggy and Gerald. I think I agree with both of them. Start Prescott or rest Watson.
Yeah,
but again,
pretty easy.
Prescott and this Cowboys offense, man, they're just going to be putting up points on the board every single week. And like usually you're afraid of a blowout, 13-point spread. Yes, it sucks. But a lot of these 13-point spreads this week, to me, kind of scream backdoor. The Chiefs, 13.5 points. Cowboys 13.5 points against two teams that have like I guess the Bears have been struggling, yeah, but the Arizona Cardinals have been putting up points on the board. Joshua Dobbs has kind of been moving the ball downfield, putting them in a position, and it may not be to win games, but it may be enough to kind of like score points, and then that's exactly what you need for Dak Prescott to keep playing, keep wanting to throw the ball, put the ball in the end zone. So give me Dak all day and arrest Watson.
I got so much shit from Shaggy the other day saying the Arizona Cardinals were not that bad. And I think that we find out today that they are not that bad.
They are indeed that bad. I will say I want to give the Cardinals their flowers. They could very easily be 2-0 this year already.
I agree with that, Shaggy.
They played the Commanders and the Giants, so it's not saying much, but they put up a fight in both of those games and could easily be 2-0.
I had Giants in one of my survivor pools last week. I literally had the Giants in one of my survivor pools last week, and you have no idea how hard I sweat that shit out, dude. Oh my god, I thought it was chalked. I think it's done.
Yeah, it should have been, honestly.
Oh my god,
should have been.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys. I wrote about the Titans game as I will do every single week this season. And I wrote about Watson. I actually have one of my plays for this game is a Watson interception. Got plus money, plus 114. Watson's just been giving away the ball like crazy. He has 9 turnovers so far to start the season between fumbles and interceptions. Has a 55% completion percentage. Has not looked good. He looks bad in that Monday Night Football game. The guy can't throw the football anywhere. This Titan secondary, I appreciate you saying that they're okay, Shaggy. They are not terrible, but on paper, statistically, they're the worst secondary in football. So he could have a chance to get some guys open and have a decent day through the air, but I think he turns the ball over. If this defensive line does their work today against this okay Browns offensive line, it could be a rough day at the office for Deshaun Watson. And yeah, arrest him anyway. But yeah, give me Prescott. Give me Dak. I think he has a chance to take advantage of this Cardinals not so bad defense. But yeah, I agree with you guys on this one. All right, number 2, running backs. Start or sit? Kyron Williams, number 4 ranked running back, or number 5, Josh Jacobs. So the Rams obviously playing Monday Night Football tomorrow against the Bengals. And then the Raiders are, I forgot who the Raiders are playing. Who are the Raiders playing?
Tonight.
it's
Pittsburgh. I know. Didn't you write about this game, V? No, you did not.
I did.
Oh, Shaggy did. There we go.
I literally listed it not too long ago. Go peep the scribbles at bettingnews.com.
Go check it out at bettingnews.com. All right, Shag, I'll let you go first then. Who you starting and who you sitting?
Funny, I'm actually starting both of them in my league.
Yeah, nice.
But if I had to choose, I'd probably take Williams. The dude's been going off for the Rams. I mean, what, two touchdowns in each of the 2 games? No one really expected that. They thought he was going to be the backup behind Cam Akers, and they're just feeding this guy the ball, and he is making the most out of that opportunity. Which with Josh Jacobs, going up against that Pittsburgh front line, more of a harder matchup for them. And I do think the Raiders are going to have to kind of air it out against the Pittsburgh secondary. I like the Pittsburgh D-line better than the Raiders O-line, so I think they control the line of scrimmage on that side of the ball. So I do think the Raiders are going to have to be airing it out. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but I'm starting Williams over Jacobs this week. But again, I'm starting them both.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, they're about 4 and 5, so like if you have both on your roster, kick ass. But if you had to choose, V, who are you taking? Who you starting?
So I'm not going to let my bias and Josh Jacobs selling my over rushing yards bet last week affect this. But I think I agree with Shaggy here. Kyron Williams, and just because of the matchup that he has with his Bengals team has not looked good this season. I do think they still turn around, get it together, make the playoffs, whatever. But this Rams team has stayed in games, put up points, and moved the ball consistently against teams like now we saw the Niners. And week 1 when they who did they upset? The Seahawks, right? Mm-hmm. I remember my dumbass was on the Seahawks, right? I had to watch them get worked by this Rams team because Stafford is good. Stafford's been in these situations, and he's played for abysmal teams that have talent, right? And guys like Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua,
right?
baby. he's surrounded by talent right now, and Cooper Kupp is on his way back. So this Rams team is definitely not trying to take any games off before Kupp comes back into this lineup. And I think Kyron Williams is somebody that McVay's kind of fallen in love with, right? The same way he fell out of love with Cam Akers, I think he's kind of falling in love with Kyron Williams. And when McVay likes you, you know you're getting the ball a whole lot. So give me Kyron Williams.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on this one. I mean, also, Joe Burrow is heavily questionable for this game. Apparently, some of the guys in the Bengals locker room have already said he's not playing in this game.
Well, they signed A.J. McCarron. They signed the XFL guy to their practice squad. So
he used to play for them too, I'm pretty sure, at one point.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
so,
former Alabama standout.
Pretty clear indicator that you're not gonna have Burrow.
Are the Bengals gonna go 0-3? We'll talk about it more tomorrow when we talk about Monday Night Football. But wow, that would be crazy. But yeah, give me Williams too. Like you said, V, which is a very good point. If McVay loves you, you're gonna get the ball. Same logic that I have with Puka Nacua. I mean, the guy has 35 targets in 2 weeks. Kyron Williams, 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks. It's not going away. Who else are they going to fucking throw the ball to? Nobody.
Right.
Those two guys. So, yeah, I agree with you guys on this one, too. All right, last one. Wide receivers. This one's a little bit more, I think, interesting. Also on the Puka Nacua train. Start, sit. Number 7, Puka Nacua. Just crazy what he's been doing. And number 8, Keenan Allen in this Vikings-Chargers game today. Who you starting? Who you sitting here, gents? V, I'll let you go first on this one.
Before we even start, can I just say how crazy is it that we're having a conversation about who to start, Puka Nacua or Keenan Allen?
I know, right?
Like, I just want to give Puka his like time right now and like his flowers. Holy shit!
Yeah,
holy shit!
And he's ranked higher. He's number 7.
I know. He's been playing. I mean, I think the top 3 fantasy players right now are Puka, Tyreek, and Cowboys defense or something like that. I don't know if Cowboys defense is still there, but. He's so good, man. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Keenan Allen this week. I think this matchup, like we talked about, a 54.5 point total, been jumping around. I am on the over. Like, I don't know whether it's going to screw me or whatever, but I am on the over. And I wrote about Keenan Allen actually in my props piece this week. Go Pete the Scribbles. But I love Keenan Allen to have a big week. I'm actually going to talk about him later on the show. The matchup is great with this Vikings defense. PFF had them ranked 25th before the season started, and they haven't really seen great matchups so far in the season, but they've kind of lost both matchups. Week 1 against the Bucs, and it was week 2 against they lost in a shootout. I can't remember who it was against. Who did they lose against last week?
The Vikings? The Vikings lost to the Eagles.
The Eagles, and again, and like you saw not Devontae Smith. Yeah, it is Devontae. His name is Devontae too, right?
Smith.
Devontae, yep.
But he had a huge week last week, and same with they passed the ball a lot, and that was with a Jalen Hurts that was having kind of a down week. I think Herbert comes in. The Chargers are down 0-2. We have a high total, and Keenan Allen is the guy he consistently goes to week in and week out. He's had 19 targets, 15 catchable targets. He's pulled in 14 of those. He has 0 dropped passes so far in the season. He has 4 red zone targets, and I just love everything about Keenan Allen this week. I think he gets in the end zone. I think he puts up a lot of receptions, and that's what you want with a guy. Puka brings the same thing to the table, but give me the veteran down 0-2, desperate for a win against a terrible, terrible secondary.
I mean, we saw what he did last week against the Titans' terrible secondary. He had, I think, 8 catches for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, Jags, what do you think? Who you starting? Who you sitting here?
I don't think you can go wrong starting either of these guys this week in this matchup. But yeah, I'm with V. I think I'm leaning slightly more towards Allen just with the matchup and the total. Obviously, Cincinnati's secondary isn't anything special as well. And Puka's gotten, 35 targets in 2 weeks. So he's going to get looks. But I do like Allen in this matchup against the Minnesota secondary. High total, probably going to be a shootout. So I'll take the vet in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I picked guys this week that were all closely ranked. You could probably start both of them and feel fine about yourself, depending on your situation on your specific team. But I'm gonna go with Puka, man. Give me the Nacua. I mean, I already have beans on him anyway on his receiving yards. The thing about that always concerns me with Keenan Allen. Well, is injury for sure. He could get injured at any moment, which is true with any NFL player. But I mean, Mike Williams could have a breakout game. The no Eckler thing probably adds into the value of Keenan Allen too, because like Eckler and Allen are like Herbert's go-to safety valves in this offense. So if Allen's not, if Eckler's not there, then Allen is going to have 10, 12 targets automatically, pretty much.
Yep.
So, yeah, I can see the logic for sure. But give me Nakua. Who else is Stafford going to throw the ball to? Tutu Atwell? I mean, he has been throwing it to Tutu Atwell, but like he's been throwing it to Tutu Atwell but Puka Nakua had 20 targets last week. I'm going to take the volume there on that one. But again, this is a very close one. I could very easily start both of them and feel very happy. I think in one league I actually have both of them, which is awesome for me. Yeah. Well, I won the Puka Nakua fantasy lottery when I lost week 1 and was able to pick him up because I had the top waiver edition. And,
I feel like this is the same situation that Shaggy's in with Kyron Williams and Josh Jacobs. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Just want everyone to know, I have good fantasy stuff too. I have Tyreek Hill and Devontae Smith and the Cowboys defense all in the betting news league with these guys. Okay, so
I know, and I got waxed week 1.
I'm also good at fantasy.
Waxed.
I'm good at fantasy too, guys.
You are. V's good at everything. If you guys didn't know. Isn't it crazy though that the two on these lists, top 10 players are Rams that you did not know of before you started the season.
Right.
Does that go? Yeah. I mean, that goes to show you how good of a coach Sean McVay is, and also that Matthew Stafford's no bum either. Get cut back, they can make some noise in the NFC, man. Don't get rid of the Rams yet, right? So, all right, so let's move on. Let's talk about our favorite bets this week.
I actually got a fancy question for you two. I need some help. This is in the betting news league, but I'm not playing either of you two. I'm playing Devin, so we're good. I've got 5 receivers, and I need to sit one of them. I have Nico Collins, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Pittman, Michael Thomas, and Amari Cooper. I need to sit one.
Okay, can you list them off one more time? Sorry.
I got Nico Collins of the Texans. Then I got DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Pittman, Michael Thomas, and Amari Cooper.
I'd sit D-Hop.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's where I'm leaning.
I think I would.
Yeah.
He's banged up. He's not getting as many. He's on a pitch count, basically. He didn't practice all week. He did the same thing last week. He played against the Chargers, but he only had 4. I think he had 4 catches for like 40 yards. You'd have to rely on him to get a touchdown.
Right.
And if he gets 2 touchdowns, you got to just kind of soak that one. But it's just not the right play, I think.
Like I didn't start Cooper last week because he was questionable, banged up. But yeah, this week I was leaning towards D-Hop. Collins is good, dude. Collins is a stud down in Houston.
He is, and he's developed a connection with Stroud.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's an auto start for me. But cool. All right, you're going down, Devin.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, that's not a bad situation to be in, though.
Oh no, I know, right?
Chef has a question. Chef, you're also welcome to come on the screen, man. I dropped the link in chat one more time. Get up here if you have a. So Chef wants to know Gus Edwards or Isaiah Pacheco.
You want to start us off, Shaggy? I know.
I think I would lean. We got the link in here for you, brother.
I got it. Got it.
I would lean Gus Edwards just with Pacheco's questionable. He's been nursing that injury this week. He's gonna play. They haven't really said if he's gonna be limited or not, but with the with kind of the 3-headed monster that is the running back situation in Kansas City, I would lean more towards Gus Edwards, especially with Justice Hill being out for the Ravens. That's kind of their backup running back in this situation since Edwards has kind of moved into the RB1 spot. So I would probably lean Gus Edwards over Pacheco this week.
This is interesting. I was going to say Pacheco, but Shaggy, now you've kind of got me second guessing myself. Like you said, he's a good runner. He's fast. And I think that this KC offense, the one thing they've been missing for a few years is just one running back to just kind of give him the workload and let him, because I feel like in the run game, getting 17 to 18 carries is very important in establishing a rhythm, establishing kind of like, because you're not going to make it all in one run, right? You're going to have a few 3-yard runs, 2-yard runs, 1-yard run. Then you're going to break one out. Like we saw Bijan Robinson, right? He's got an average of 6.5 yards per carry. And I'll talk more about that later. But I think Pacheco has that same kind of speed and elusiveness, maybe not on the same level, but I really, really like him. And I think this KC offense scores a lot of points today, a lot of points. But I could definitely see your angle here with Gus Edwards.
I mean, Chef, is there a C of like neither? Because maybe neither. But if you're asking, then you need to know one or the other. I'd lean Edwards too. Yeah. I mean, he's in a run-heavy offense. He's the number one back now, I guess.
Yeah.
No Hill, no Dobbins. I mean,
well, he was even the number one. Like when Dobbins went down, they kind of brought Hill in as the number one back that game. But then week 2, it was all Edwards, and Hill didn't touch the ball at all.
Yeah. So I'd say I'd go Edwards too.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Alec. Also, what's up, Alec? Jay Jettas is scoring. Apparently, Justin Jefferson's scoring today, boys and girls. Joshua Jacobs, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's getting in the end zone too.
So apparently you haven't been on Twitter yet, SPJ. If you didn't already know, he's going to have 105 yards and a touchdown.
Wait, say it again.
I said you obviously haven't been on Twitter yet. If you haven't seen that he's going to score a touchdown and have 100+ yards.
Oh, is the whole world on all of his things today?
I mean,
in every way possible.
This Chargers defense has looked as bad as it possibly could. And what's the coach? I can't remember his name right now, but he refuses to call anything. He's calling so much cover 6. What is going on here?
Brandon Staley. Yeah.
There's just holes everywhere, and they're getting beat deep, big plays, 20+ yards repeatedly. So I see why everyone's doing it. They're not playing well. J.C. Jackson's been playing way under what he's like evaluated at. Derwin James just called out the team, but he hasn't been playing fantastic in my opinion. So hope for points for me, please. Just hope for points.
Alec, just to let you know, these early morning thoughts are usually the ones that smack. So just stick with your gut, brother. Stick with your gut. I would go a different angle in this one. And I mean, I don't have a play here, but I actually did look at this situation. I mean, Jefferson's line is so high, but it's high for a reason, obviously. I would go more Kirk Cousins route. I'd go like Kirk passing yards, Kirk completions, Kirk attempts. That's where I was kind of looking for that one because they're probably not going to be running the ball that much against this Chargers defense. They're going to be throwing it everywhere.
Cam Akers is inactive. Mattinson hasn't done anything this year, so.
And the Chargers have an okay running defense. It's not awful.
Exactly.
Their passing defense sucks.
The Vikings are like the Colorado Buffaloes. They're so one-dimensional. They're all pass. Yeah.
Give me Kirky. I might actually end up playing that
every play.
Yeah, might end up playing that before we get started. But all right, so that was the last questions. The link is in the chat, guys. It's right there if you guys want to get on the screen for your chance to win a beanie, and we want to hear your favorite plays. All right, guys, let's talk about some plays here. V, I'll let you go first, man. I know you wrote a lot about some different props that you love today, so I'll let you dive in.
I did. Actually, the one I want to talk about is Bijan Robinson over what's the number here? Sorry, I pulled up.
Honey Bijan.
Honey Bijan?
But over 90, not 5.5 rushing and receiving yards. It may have moved. I locked this in a couple days ago when I put out the scribbles, but I just love everything he's doing with this offense, man. He's touching the ball so much. And in week 1, we saw his split with Algier be a lot more 50-50 like. I think that Bijan saw 39 snaps to Algier's 36, something like that. It was 33 to 29, sorry. But in week 2, we saw Bijan out snap him 59 to 36. Now, this is a very run-heavy Atlanta Falcons offense. They're, I think, the most run-heavy offense last year. Hasn't changed this year. You have an elite running back in the backfield and guys like Algier who can kind of come in for that second punch, play well, and they run with Desmond Ridder a significant amount. He's also been utilized in the pass game back-to-back weeks with 5+ targets and 4+ receptions in both games. He's had 40+ yards receiving in both games. I just love that everything he's doing. I think they're trying to work him into the offense. Yes, they were trying to go slow. We saw that week 1 with Algier out touching him in the backfield. Bijan had 10 carries for 65 yards. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry. 5.6 for 56 yards. Last week, he upped that to 6.5 yards per carry, carrying the ball 19 times for 124 yards. Right? He's got 1 touchdown on the year, and I just think that this is a great matchup against the Lions team that gives up points. They're only a 3-point favorite at home against a 2-0 Falcons team who has been good. They're 2-0. They had 13 unanswered points to come back and beat Green Bay in the fourth quarter there. Not only did they stop them on the defensive side, but they got into field goal range right at the end of the game there to win the game. It was a great matchup, and I think this Falcons team with Bijan in the backfield, Drake London is playing. I think Desmond Ridder and Drake London's connection is getting better as we move on. Week 1, we saw London was kind of absent from that offense, but this team is moving the ball downfield, putting up points. And I think that this Lions game I wrote about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite games on the slate today. Unfortunately, I do have the Lions in Survivor League too, so I pray that they win. But Bijan Robinson, over 95.5 rushing and receiving. I just think that they use him too much in this offense for him to not have 100+ yards from scrimmage.
There was also that awesome video that went viral of him carrying the ball where he did those two nasty cuts. I mean,
So
there are a lot of guys that do that every single week. It's just a cool way that they put it up there. But I mean, Honey Bijan, baby, he's the
When you
number
watch
2
these
ranked.
guys, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, SPJ.
No, I was just to say he's the number 2 ranked running back in fantasy this week on ESPN. So
Yeah, he's really good, and he's fun to watch. So I'm excited to watch him against this front seven of the Nut Lions.
yeah, I like this play. I think that this is the week. I mean, it's already kind of been happening, like you said, but I think this is the week that he fully takes the reins in that backfield. I don't think Algier's going to go away. Like, he's a great additional back, but I think Bijan becomes the guy.
They've run the ball majority of plays each week, and that's not even counting Desmond Ridder. I'm not even counting QB runs. Running backs have touched the ball more than Desmond Ridder has thrown the ball in back-to-back weeks. That number was up to 59% last week, right? Algier saw 16 carries, even though he only saw 39 snaps. 16 carries, and Bijan saw 19 carries, right? 35 carries going to your running backs is a lot for any team. Ridder only threw the ball 32 times last week, and I think that only increases in towards Bijan's favor, right? They're just going to give him more of the workload as he shows he can handle it. The more you give him the ball, like he went 10 times, 5.6 yards. Give him 9 more carries, and he upped to 6.5 yards per carry. Now, that might not be a sustainable number, of course, but, man, give me like 4.5 yards per carry. We're there. We're chilling.
I think the last thing I'll say about this is the Falcons do not want to get in a shootout with the Lions. If they get in a shootout with the Lions, they are going to lose. Yeah. So they're going to want to control the ball, eat clock, kind of, run these guys, let them find those holes, and keep the ball out of Jared Goff's hands. So it kind of adds into that too.
That's exactly how they're 2-0.
Exactly. You guys can go read the rest of Vsauce's plays at bettingnews.com. Get some more props. We'll probably talk about a few more before we get out of here. But I just want to comment real fast on this, Alec. I love Mark Andrews today. I wrote about it in my touchdown piece, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But I really like Mark Andrews in this Colts-Ravens game. So add that to your little mix. It sounds like you already did, but good stuff. All right, Shags. I'll let you party with the peoples.
Sir, let's do it. Well, I got one kicking off at noon. I did a lot of college this weekend, so not much NFL, but I did get a few scribbles down in one of these games starting at noon. We got the Bills and the Commanders. 3 picks in this one, actually, so go check them out on the scribbles there, but I like the under. I got 43.5. It's down to 42.5 now. The Commanders have played two bad defenses, and they only scored 20 against the Cardinals. The Bills D, this is going to be a true test for them, even at home. The Bills D will be a true test for the Commanders at home against in Washington. On the flip side, the Bills, they only put up 16 against a really good Jets defense. We saw them, blow out the Raiders last weekend, but on the road, I think Josh Allen does get a little rattled. I think Eric Bieniemy is doing a great job as offensive coordinator for the Commanders. So I think he's going to be able to put up some points to keep this competitive, but I do like it to stay under. I'm also on the Commanders plus the points. I think they do keep this close. This one stays under at noon. So that's what I got in this first one.
Man, if you would have told me 3 weeks ago that you were going to take the fucking Commanders with the points against the Bills, I would have laughed in your face.
Right. I know.
I love this bet today.
Sam Howell looks good, right?
Dude,
right?
The Commanders look good. I mean, I had them plus 3.5 last week in Denver. The whole team looks solid. Offense, defense, everything. And they're 2-0. I mean,
it just goes to show you. I think it's a real big testament to how good Eric Bieniemy is. Like how amazing this guy is at scheming up incredible, sustainable, effective offense. Like you're putting Sam Howell. I mean, Sam Howell could end up being a really good NFL quarterback for years to come, but we don't know about this guy that much. And he looks great because of the situations that your offensive coordinator is putting you in. I mean, they're effective. They're not making any big, crazy mistakes. So I agree with you here. I mean, the under is a good look too.
Yeah. I mean, and going on the Eric Bieniemy comment, you've seen the Chiefs offense struggle this year a little bit without him at the helm.
I wasn't going to rub salt in the wound for you, brother.
But
okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
we didn't have Kelsey the first game, but
yeah,
but true. Still, we only scored 17. Against at Jacksonville, they're a solid ball club, but But no, we're definitely missing him. Him scheming up the offense, and yeah, he's doing a great job in Washington.
Yeah. I mean, you take away your number one wide receiver, you take away a really good running back core, you take away your offensive coordinator. Yeah, I mean, sure, you still got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, but like that's a lot of other pieces that you lost. So that's going to take some time to.
I think people, kind of undervalue the gravity and like the importance that these guys bring to a game, because offensive coordinator is not just about picking the right plays, right, or getting your team ready during the week. It's about reading the game as it's going on and then reacting to it. And I think that's what Bieniemy brings to the game. Like the Commanders last week looked like they were kind of maybe out of it. They were not going to win that game. I think Denver went up pretty big, pretty early on in that game. They came back before half ended, right? Made it a close game and then ended up winning outright. Like it was insane. You got to, pick up game cues, watch game flow, and then react to it accordingly and not overreact.
One of my biggest gripes with the Titans offensive coordinator of the last 2 seasons was just what you just talked about, which is, I think, one of the most slept on qualities of any coordinator in football is you have to adjust. You have to make in-game adjustments. And if you're not reading the game correctly and you make the wrong adjustments, you're going to lose because you're not seeing the game right. You're exactly right, V. That's one of the biggest. You can have the best game plan in all the game plans. And this goes with everything. But like if things change live in action, you got to adjust. You got to fix. You got to try stuff. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So you're going to lose. I met a guy yesterday. We were in California right now, and we were out doing some stuff, and he was a Bills fan. So I asked him, I was like, are you Bills winning tomorrow? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, wow, week 3, Bills Commanders. And you don't know if the Bills are winning tomorrow.
It's down to 5.5 too. I mean,
I know. Nuts. All right, I'm going to talk about my plays. I wrote about quite a few touchdown scores. If you guys want to go check that out at bettingnews.com, go read about my 3 favorite players on there. I'm not going to go too deep into that because I want to talk about this Titans-Browns game. Like I said, I have 7 plays in this game. I'm not going to sell you guys on every single one of these plays because we don't have time for that. But my favorite play, I got it earlier this week, was Titans +3. I got -105. I think it's +100 depending on what book you have. I've taken the Titans at +3 the past 2 weeks of the season, and it's cashed so far leading up to this game. I think the Browns are being a little bit overvalued in this situation. I know it's at home, so it's basically a pick 'em, but they're just getting the 3 points because they're at home. If the Titans are +3 in most situations, I'm going to take it just because they're probably going to lose or win by a field goal. I think the Titans might have a sneaky chance to win this game by 10 points if the defense does the job today. But my favorite prop, you guys are gonna not think that I'm on crack or something. Give me Jeffrey Simmons over 3.5 tackles and assists. I got this number at -114 on Bovada last night when I was diving into this game. Jeffrey Simmons is the defensive tackle for the Titans. Low key could be an All-Pro this year. One of the best defensive tackles in football. Not only is he doesn't get a lot of sacks because he's an Aaron Donald type defensive tackle. He's a little bigger than Donald, so he's not a huge sack guy. However, I think he does get double-digit sacks this year. I think he's going to sack Deshaun Watson today. But he's had 5+ tackles and assists in his first 2 games to start this season. I think this game is going to be won or lost in the trenches today. I think it's going to be kind of one of those gritty, grindy offensive line versus defensive line games. Jeffrey Simmons is a game wrecker. If you watch film on this guy, if he doesn't make a play specifically, he has pushed the guard 7 yards back into the backfield and caused disruption to allow someone else to get a sack. That's pretty much every play for Jeffrey Simmons. So give me the over 3.5 tackles and assists. Probably not the play you guys was expecting from me in this game. -114. I love the number here. It's on Prize Picks too. If you want to take that, it is on the PP. If you would like to dabble in that specific avenue. I have other plays that I like. I posted them on my Twitter. I have 3 of them for a unit, and then I have the rest of them for half a unit. So I have approximately 5.5 units pending on this game. One of them is Amari Cooper over 4.5 receptions, which Hovey talked about earlier. Amari Cooper had 7 catches last week. The first 2 weeks of the season, the Titans have allowed number 1 wide receivers to have 8 catches in both games, Chris Olave and Keenan Allen. So take that for what it is as well. So that's what I got. You guys can go, like I said, check out my Twitter. You guys can see every play that I talked about, and you can read about this game at bettingnews.com. So yeah, That's what I'm rolling with for this Titans game. I'm going to be doing this for every Titans game. I'm not going to talk about it ad nauseum on this show specifically, but on my Twitter, I'm going to be posting all of the different plays that I see because I've been noticing that I'll take plays and they smack and I don't post them for the games. And I kind of like what Breedlove does with the stars, like taking a bunch of props and stuff and like seeing how you do with your team. So I'm going to do that, see what happens. So today I'm obviously going 0 for 7. That's pretty good.
To start off.
Start off, post it all out there, and then 0 for 7. Duh. No, I think a couple of them should smack, but they're not all Titans props. They are Browns as well because I think this game's going to be one of those games. All right, let's cook, boys. Just a reminder to you guys in the chat, if anybody wants to come up on the screen, pitch us whatever you have. Here's the link. You guys can do that. We have about 34 minutes until early kickoff gets going, so we've got some time to kind of put something together here. What do you guys want to do?
So our 3 favorite plays on the Green Book comes out to plus 560. The issue is that's Jeffrey Simmons over 3.5 tackles, assists. That's under 44 in the Bills Commanders game. But old Honey Bijan is 103.5 rushing receiving yards.
Ooh, that
So
number
yeah,
jumped.
what do you think, V? Because we can't do his rushing receiving still like 97 on FanDuel, but you can't same game. Well, I guess we wouldn't have to same game parlay that.
No, it's something else.
Yeah. Hold
It's
on.
different games.
Hold on. Hold the phone.
the phone.
Player rushing receiving yard. All right, Bijan's 95.5.
That's
Under
an insane
44.
line by DK. What the fuck?
Do I?
Dude,
do we
those
get,
rushing and receiving yards line are all over the place all the time.
Do we get defensive props on FanDuel? Oh yeah.
They don't have that on FD, unfortunately.
They don't have you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
You know, we could do on FD instead. You can just take Henry touchdown.
do you want to just do that for your pick?
If you don't want to do
Or-
that, what I was gonna say is I have one more pick. Let me give you guys a 10-second pitch.
The elevator
And you
cell
guys tell
jump.
me, It's Keenan Allen. We talked about him. I talked about him a little bit before. This Vikings defense is trash. Justin Herbert and this Chargers team desperate for a win. I know everybody's giving Mike Williams a lot of love today because he had a lot of targets last week. But the thing is Mike Williams' targets are not sporadic, but sporadic in the sense where they'll go from like 5 to like 9. Keenan Allen averages 10 targets per game with him. He averages, I think it was like 75 yards per game, and he averages 6.7 catches per game with Justin Herbert. I love this spot, and I think that Keenan Allen over 75.5 we could do, or we could just say Beyond at 103 because I'm comfortable with that too. I think he had 170 yards from scrimmage last week, 124 yards on the ground alone, and he's got a good matchup this week. That Packers defense is tougher than this Lions defense, in my opinion. That's for sure.
I kind of lean with Allen. I think we should have something in this Vikings Chargers game.
That line's still at 75.5.
Let's do that.
So-
Let's do it, Allen.
And they're both minus 115, so the value's the same.
We're
Plus
gonna go
5,
touchdown
plus
score late.
560. Yeah, we'll do a touchdown score late. For sure.
And I'll take Beyond in that.
Cool.
There you go.
So we got plus
Compromise.
560 on the Green Book. This is all 12 o'clock, so this is a 12 o'clock 3-legger for everybody. We got under 44 in the Bills Commanders game. We got Jeffrey Simmons of the Tennessee Titans over 3.5 tackles, assists, and then we got Keenan Allen over 75.5 receiving yards. Comes out to plus 560 on the Green Book.
That's if you would ask what our 3 favorite plays would be, I don't think anybody would guess that those would be our plays.
No.
But I kind of like it. I mean, we have an under in here too. We're diversifying. We have a defensive player, and we have Keenan Allen just to do Keenan Allen things.
For the record, I am 4-0 on full game over-unders this year in the NFL. They have all been unders. So you know what that means.
Yeet. All right, a little plus 500 for the early game slate.
Yep.
Get us
Plus
rocking and rolling.
560. Cool.
Plus
And
560.
we're going to TD late, boys. I know
Let's do
Derrick Henry, I'm guessing right here.
I don't want to do Henry for the value. I like it as a straight bet, but if we're gonna do like more of a lotto-y ATD lay, I have a couple more that I would like to throw in the mix.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
So
Faux
is
show.
is Honey Bijan yours?
No, honestly, he was, but if we're going for like value, let me give me a sec. Look at these other guys because I like that angle.
I mean, because we can take, anything over -120 for touchdown scores, I don't like to play in anyway.
No,
But
exactly.
like for a lay, like it's still really hard to score a touchdown. And
I got a
I'd hate a minus.
I got a plus 240 if you guys want
What-
to listen.
Duh. What do you want? What you got?
It's in the Sunday night football game. I pitched him week 1. He cashed. He didn't play in week 2. Jacoby Myers of the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 1, this dude was clearly the number 1 receiver over Devontae Adams. He had 10 targets, caught 9 of them. Devontae only caught 6 of his 8 targets. Myers had 81 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. He was out of week 2 for a concussion. Took a hit, was in the concussion protocol. He's been practicing this week. He is good to go, full force, 100%. So, I mean, in that first game, he was the clear number 1 guy. He's the clear number 2 guy without Darren Waller. He's ahead of Hunter Renfrow easily. He's built some chemistry with Jimmy G in week 1. I love his receptions. I'm actually on his receptions at 4.5 at even money. I think 5 seems way too low for a guy that got 10 targets and caught 9 of them in the first week. But anytime touchdown, plus 240. It was plus 330 when we cashed week 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the value's catching up. This guy's a red zone target for Jimmy G. I think he scores again. Plus 240.
Love it. So dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot he was playing again this week, and I'm so glad you said this.
I've been monitoring him because I'm
He's
going
been
to
on
bet on
Jacoby
him a lot
Myers
this year, I
watch.
think.
I bet, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
With the target share, why not?
Yeah.
All right. So how about this? Instead of sticking to only touchdowns, like juicy touchdowns, if you found one via, it's great. You can add it. But I kind of like something else that's more of a laddered option that we can add into this. That's not necessarily a touchdown guy. I don't know if we can do this. I really like Amari Cooper, 6+ catches, receptions. I like his yards too, but I like the receptions more, the latter.
He's a possession receiver, in my opinion, and I don't think, like we talked about Watson's struggles, he's not throwing the deep ball really well, so I don't think there's a lot of deep opportunity there, because like that's what I look at when I'm taking a guy receptions versus receiving yards, right? Like average depth of target, air yards, all that kind of stuff goes into play. And then quarterback play. How good of a deep ball does he have, right? Like a guy like Tyreek and Tua, Tyreek could hit his yards in the 4th quarter after not recording a catch-all game.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, in one play.
A guy like Amari Cooper, you're not accepting that from him. He'll run out of gas after getting 45 yards downfield, right? He's big-bodied receiver. He catches the ball a lot. I do like the 6+. He had 7 last week.
I think, he had 7 last week. Like I said, the Titans have allowed the number 1 receiver 2 weeks in a row to have 8 catches. The other one that I like is Michael Pittman. His regular line is over 5.5. He's had 8 catches in the first 2 weeks of the season. And Gardner Minshew starting this week for the Colts, but it doesn't matter. He played most of the game last week, and he still had 8 catches. He has 11 and 12 targets first 2 weeks of the season. I like Pittman as well for the catches too. But I'm down. I think Cooper's probably my favorite, but we can't do that on the
It's
do that on the blue
tough to ladder receptions anywhere unless you're doing it in like an SGP.
You can do it on Bovada.
You can't.
Via Bovada plug.
Yeah, a little Bovada. Check out Bovada. You can't actually do that. Actually, the ladderable options on Bovada
they've actually
a lot better.
They're nice.
They used to be shit.
They stepped up
very
better.
bad.
Yeah.
And now you can do anything on Bovada.
And the odds are solid too, competitive.
Yeah.
For sure. I know Bovada used to just have like shit lines compared to the rest of the market. Not anymore. Like they're legit now.
And you can, like I said, the props used to be really sus, and you couldn't do any lotto type options.
It's tough to combine,
And you might catch the odd broken line on there, and they'll honor it. That's the craziest part.
For sure. But they had Cooper. They had Cooper for 7+ receptions, 6+ as well. But I guess if we can't do that, I don't want to force that into what we're doing.
We can hook up this lay on Bovada. Like I've got money in that account. So
let's do it.
I can put money in that account.
It'd be easier for me.
Yeah, good point.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you like Cooper for 6?
I think it's plus. I want to say plus 200-ish. Might have to be 7.
So my play's gonna look soft then compared to you guys' 2 plays.
What do you got?
It's okay.
It's not that soft. It's Justin Fields anytime touchdown score. I wrote about him, and I know his rushing yards have been kind of the bane of a chef's existence for the last 2 weeks, but he's coming back this week against the Chiefs defense. all the talk this week that's been going on with this Bears offense and between coaches and coordinating and play calling and everything, the play calling has been shit. Whether Justin Fields should have said it in the media or not, I think it doesn't matter. The play calling was shit. They had one designed run last week. He ran 10 times in week 1 for 59 yards, just 4 times, and 1 was a designed run. You cannot take away this guy's legs. Right now his best quality. And I think it's being seen week in and week out. So they're going to be probably down for a majority of this game against the Chiefs. It's a 13-point spread. And like we talked about, backdoor, this and that, it's going to require somebody to have a big game. Justin Fields over his last 10 games last season, I think he was, hold on, I have the numbers right here, but he's averaging well over this number his last 10 games. He's playing super well. I don't see why not. 94.9 yards per game over his last 10 games last season. 94.9 yards. They were in games. They scored 3 more points than they did during the regular season when he was running that much. So I just think that if the coach doesn't get him running or doesn't allow him to run the ball, he's got to be fired. So give me Justin Fields over 59.5 rushing yards, but touchdown for the late.
You don't want to ladder his rushing yards?
I think touchdown plus 175.
Touchdown.
That's great value. He had a touchdown last week. You know, they marched downfield against the Bucks, and then it was just shit after that. He ran the ball 4 total times. 1 was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
Yeah.
I think I do agree with you. I think that there's going to be a massive positive movement for Fields in the rushing department this week. So all right, so we got Jacoby Myers. Who would it be?
If you guys have someone right off the top of your head, real quick, who do you guys think?
3 touchdown sprinkle. Oh, like 3 players.
No.
No, I think he's
3,
like one player to have 3
touchdowns.
Travis Kelce.
Give me Derrick Henry.
You fucking homers.
I know. But I mean, both legit homer takes. Like,
I would say Beyond, but just because of like that Atlanta offense may not give him the opportunity to score 3 touchdowns in one game. So give me Keenan Allen, just because it could be a shootout in Minnesota today. It could be a shootout.
Why can I not?
So just take Henry 3, Kelce 3, and Keenan Allen 3, and go to Cabo. That's how that goes.
Yeah, see you later.
See you later. All right, so we've got Bijan counts.
I said I'm not taking him though. I said Keenan Allen.
Fair enough. We've got Justin Fields, anytime touchdown. We've got Jacoby Myers, anytime touchdown, and we've got Amari Cooper, 6+ receptions, or maybe 7. I can't remember which number is better.
6 was plus 425, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to combine these because
6 plus was plus 425.
Plus 125. 125.
Oh yeah. I was about to say. I'll take 7 then.
Take 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, if I can fucking figure this out.
It's not. It's if you can't figure it out right now, we can do it when we're done. Because we can do it, but it'll just might take a little bit longer.
Here we go. I'm in the prop builder now.
Yeah, you got to go to the prop builder.
Yeah. All right.
We are actually. Dude, we can do this live. We're gonna do this live on the screen with you guys a little bit more. Like I said, because Bovada does have these options available a little bit more consistently than almost all other books, which is interesting.
Right.
So we'll do some stuff with you guys live on the screen next week and moving forward. But yeah, do we want to add one more leg to this, or do we want to just keep it as a little three-legger lotto guy?
Well, I have no idea what the odds are, so that would definitely play into my decision
making. I'm assuming it's probably plus 5,000 ish, plus 4,000 maybe, plus 3,000.
Are they really not letting me ladder his receptions? Like I can't get.
It's on there.
Yeah, but
on there.
It's like not letting me.
So instead of going to,
it's not letting me combine it or not letting me ladder it.
We can figure it out.
Over under receptions. Yeah.
No, don't go to over under. Go to over to scroll over to receiving, and then
it's just yards in that category.
They don't have they had receptions for me. That's weird. I don't know.
What the heck?
We've had a pause.
No, that's receiving yards. Oh, here we go.
Found it.
There it is.
Boom. All right.
Boom.
6 is plus 125 for Cooper. So you want 7?
Give me 7.
Okay.
7.
Then I want a. I need a.
Yeah, Hat Addict knows. Under receptions. There you go.
You tell him it's not under receiving yards, Shaggy. It's under receptions.
Yeah, I'm looking. Stats, baby, stats.
I love you, Hat Addict. Just
Hat Addict.
Amari Cooper really gonna have 63.5 receptions?
What?
I write that sometimes, and I look at it again, and I'm like, that's wrong. That's incorrect.
What am I looking for? Justin Fields. Bro, you're gonna make. I don't know why this finally clicked in my head. You're gonna make me take Justin Fields to score a touchdown today? Vsauce. I don't know how that went over my head the first time, but come on, brother.
First of all, it's 13.5 points spread. If it was anything lower than that, I wouldn't put you through that.
I know I'm playing.
Watch him score the first touchdown of the game, and that'll be the Bears' only points of the entire game. I could even see something stupid like that.
I love that took you the entire time to figure out, and then finally.
Dude, I was so.
I focused.
In.
I know.
Like I was so locked in. I was like, oh yeah, just.
That's how you guys know Shaggy's locked in today, gang. Make sure you take everything he's on.
Every single thing.
All right.
As
I have it. Where's my fucking bet slip now?
Top
plus
left, top
2,800. Plus 2,800 for those 3 legs. What do we think?
I mean, for a 3-legger, that's pretty fucking lit.
Plus
2,800. We got Amari Cooper 7 receptions, Justin Fields touchdown, and Jacoby Myers touchdown. Plus 2,800 on the VAT.
I mean, you guys know what I want to do, but I'm down to leave it like this if we want to.
What's the possible 4th leg?
Yeah.
I like.
It's also 11:42. So.
Yeah, we don't have much more time. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it at 2,800.
2,800.
Let's leave it. Yeah. No stress. So we got Cooper receptions. We've got Justin Fields anytime touchdown, and then to take us home late night Sunday night football.
Yeah,
Jacoby
hopefully
Myers.
we get there.
That'd be fun if we got there. At least get to the Sunday night football and just waiting for that Myers tutty. Good stuff. I will do a little plug for you guys, and then we'll get out of here because some of these games are just about to get rocking and rolling. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today for the Griddy-Iron gang. Nobody griddied, so there are no beanies that will be distributed to any of you guys, unless somebody griddied at their house, but we didn't see it. So no bueno, get griddies. But it's been fun hanging out with you guys talking about this week 3 NFL slate. Go follow these fine gentlemen. No Griddy L. Exact. Where Carly will come up here. Griddy up here. No, she looks shit in beanie. She ain't coming up here.
She's gonna give away the beanie again, right?
She's just gonna give another one. Yeah. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Go follow Vsauce at Vsauce with 3 A's. Go follow Shaggy_Bets at Shaggy_Bets. And go follow me at SweatPantJesus on the X Machine. Thank you so much for listening to us on our podcast version of this episode on Spotify. You can check it out by searching Afternoon Betspresso. Go follow us at Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You guys know the deal. Anywhere you guys want to follow us, we're all the things. We will be back with you guys tomorrow, talking all about these 2 Monday Night Football games. Talking a little bit about a recap of today's slate. We hope you guys enjoy week 3 in the NFL. It's going to be a fun day today. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting games, lots of interesting matchups. Hopefully that Vikings game soars over for you, V. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go get your last minute scribbles in. Go check them out at bettingnews.com. If you guys have a couple last minute questions, last minute things you want to check out, go to our picks page. You can also go check out any of our pieces on there as well. And before we get out of here, gentlemen, do you have any last words for these beautiful people?
Nope. Let's run it.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh, honey bees on to the moon, baby. Have a great day. Go Titans. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about
Bang, bang.